Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome back to Grow Every Day. This is our special place to discover the power within ourselves and grow together every single day. Has this little voice ever popped into your head? When you're facing something difficult or thinking about trying something new, and you hear a whisper that says, "I could never do that. I'm just not smart enough for this," or "That's just not for me." Or maybe when you see someone else succeed, you secretly think, well, they were just born talented. There's no way I could ever do that. These voices, they're like invisible walls. We can't see them, but they are powerful enough to stop us from moving forward, from even trying the things we truly want to do. But today, we are going to talk about a special key that can help us unlock and break down those walls. This key is called a growth mindset. It's a concept discovered by Dr. Carol Dweck, a world-renowned psychologist from Stanford University, and it has forever changed the way people think about ability and potential. Today, we're going to have a friend-to-friend chat about what a growth mindset really is, why people who have it tend to go further and be happier in life, and most importantly, how can we practice it and make it a part of who we are? If you're ready to unlock the best version of yourself, let's dive in together.
Okay, so first things first, let's get to know the two different mindsets that Dr. Carol Dweck says most of us have. This way, we can check in with ourselves and see where we might be standing right now. Side 1, the fixed mindset. Someone with a fixed mindset believes that our basic qualities, like our intelligence or our talents, are fixed traits. You're born with them and you can't really change them. How they see ability. They believe you're either born smart or you're not. If you have to try really hard at something, it just means you're not naturally good at it. Their main goal in life is to prove themselves, to show everyone else how smart and talented they are. They tend to avoid challenges because they're afraid of making a mistake and looking bad. When they face obstacles, they get discouraged and give up easily because they believe, well, this is my limit. When they see others succeed, they might feel jealous or threatened because they see someone else's success as a judgment on their own abilities. Side 2. The growth mindset. On the complete opposite side, someone with a growth mindset believes that our abilities and intelligence can be developed and can grow through effort, learning, and dedication. How they see ability. They see the brain as a muscle. The more you use it, the more you practice, the stronger and smarter it gets. Talent is just the starting point. Their main goal in life is to learn and improve themselves. They actively seek out new challenges because they know that's where the real growth happens. When they face obstacles, they see them as a natural part of the learning process, like a puzzle to be solved. It makes them want to try harder. When they see others succeed, they feel inspired. They look for lessons in that person's success that they can apply to their own journey. So, as you listen to that, which side sounds a little more familiar to you? And please don't worry if you find yourself leaning more toward a fixed mindset. The absolute best news about this is that we can all learn and shift toward a growth mindset. It's not about two separate groups of people. It's like a scale, and we can all learn to move ourselves further and further over to the growth side.
Okay, so now that we know the difference, the next question is, why does having a growth mindset actually help people go further in life? Well, it's like it gives you these incredible superpowers. Power number 1, it turns fear into a challenge. Someone with a fixed mindset is terrified of making mistakes because for them, mistake equals I'm not good enough. But someone with a growth mindset sees that mistake equals data and information. They don't get stuck in feeling bad. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? This allows them to be brave, to try new things, and to step out of their comfort zone, which is the only place real growth can happen. Power number 2, it makes you fall in love with effort. Have you ever noticed how our society tends to admire the natural genius, the person who seems to succeed at everything so easily? But people with a growth mindset understand that there are no shortcuts to lasting success. They fall in love with the process of practice and effort because they know that every drop of sweat, every hour they put in, is literally building new connections in their brain and making them better. They don't see effort as a sign of weakness. They see it as the path to strength. Power number 3. It opens you up to criticism for growth. Nobody likes being criticized, right? It always stings a little bit. But the difference is in how we respond. A person with a fixed mindset sees criticism as a personal attack and gets defensive. But a person with a growth mindset can see that helpful, constructive feedback is a gift. It's a gift that helps them see their blind spots and get better. They are hungry for feedback they can use to improve. Power number 4. It turns jealousy into inspiration. When they see people around them succeeding, someone with a fixed mindset might feel like they're being left behind. But someone with a growth mindset sees the success of others as a map or as proof that something is possible. They study it. They ask, how did they do that? What was their mindset? And they use that inspiration to fuel their own efforts. These 4 powers are what ensure that people with a growth mindset are never stuck in one place. They are constantly learning, improving, and growing like a glass that is never full.
We've arrived at the most important part, the actual practice. Building a growth mindset is like building a muscle. You have to train it consistently. Here are 3 simple steps you can start using today. Step 1, listen to your inner voice and catch it. The first step is simply to become aware of your own thoughts. When you face a challenge or make a mistake, notice that fixed mindset voice in your head. What does it say? It might say, "See, I told you couldn't do it." Or, "I'm so stupid." Or, "I should just give up. This is a waste of time." Just being able to catch that thought and say, there is that fixed mindset voice again, is half the battle. It allows you to separate yourself from the thought. Step 2, talk back with a growth mindset voice. Once you've caught that voice, you need to consciously talk back to it from a growth mindset perspective. And the most powerful weapon you have in the step is one tiny magical word, yet. When that voice says, "I can't do this," you talk back and say, "I can't do this yet." When that voice says, "I don't understand this," you say, "I don't understand this yet, but I'm in the process of learning." When that voice says, "This is too hard," you say, "This is challenging, so I'm going to try a different strategy." Adding the single word "yet" transforms a sentence that is a dead end into a sentence that is open and full of possibility. Step 3, take action and focus on the process. Finally, thinking isn't enough. We have to take action to provide our brain with new evidence. And when we do, we need to shift our focus from praising the result, like "I'm so smart I did it," to praising the process and the effort. Instead of telling your child or yourself, "You're so smart for getting a perfect score," try saying, "I'm so proud of how hard you worked and how you kept trying." Instead of being happy that you're talented, be happy that you didn't give up. This practice helps to instill the value of perseverance and dedication, which is the true heart of a growth mindset.
And that is the entire story of the growth mindset, my friends. It is the simple but incredibly powerful belief that we are not limited by the talent or ability we have today. We can always grow, improve, and get better through our effort and our willingness to learn. To recap one last time, it's the journey from a fixed mindset that fears failure to a growth mindset that sees everything as a learning opportunity. And we can practice it by catching our inner voice, talking back with the word "yet," and praising our own effort. I want to leave you with this final thought. Having a growth mindset doesn't mean you'll never have self-doubt or feel the sting of failure again. We're still human. We will still feel those things. The difference is, we won't let those feelings stop us from moving forward. And that right there is the true heart of growing every day. It's waking up each morning with the belief that today I can be a little better than I was yesterday. Thank you for spending this time learning and building a growth mindset with me today. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to subscribe to Grow Every Day so you won't miss out on the next key to unlocking your potential. For today, signing off, have fun practicing and becoming the best version of yourself. Goodbye.